So, game of gnomes. No, that's not what I'm doing right now, but we will do a little game of gnomes in a little while after we've done this scenario. This is a Class 101 on Liverpool to Manchester, just because, well, why not? I haven't done the Liverpool-Manchester route much myself at all, so it needs to be looked at. Yes, so I'm interested to hear what you think of Game of Gnomes if you've got it, and if you haven't got it, when are you getting it? Starting at Manchester Piccadilly, this is an express run to Liverpool Lime Street, which commuters use to travel to Liverpool John Lennon Airport via a bus service to escape bad weather to warmer climes. You'll be calling at Manchester Piccadilly, Oxford Road, Birchwood, Warrington Central, Allerton, Liverpool South Parkway, and I lost my mouse so I couldn't scroll it down. Allow passengers to board here at Manchester Piccadilly before continuing to Liverpool. Part of the problem is that some of the functions of the game don't work properly while I've got the key down for talking. So while I'm talking it's difficult to do stuff, especially if I can't even see where the mouse is. Hey Robert M, and Delano, and everybody else. So good to see you on the channel this evening. I want to see record numbers of viewers tonight, especially when Game of Gnomes is running, which I'm going to do next. So one of the unusual things about this one is this is an old heritage DMU, is it's geared. So you've got this extra lever here. So as we accelerate, you find you can only go so far and then we need to change gears. It just adds to the glorious fun. So what do you all think of my cheesy special effects, like the gnomes disappearing? Do you enjoy that? People would wonder whether that was just a notch too cheesy. But I like cheese, what can I say? Up game armor of 2. That's fine, that's what YouTube is here for. We'll see you another time. Hey there, Mr. Dozel. This is Albaba's workshop, everybody. It's a privilege, my friend. And to celebrate, I'm going to break a bunch of speed limits and get no score by the looks of it. So, no change there, as usual. Must remember to drop that gear back, otherwise we can't get started again. Okay, so we might not have needed to have done too much speeding there, given we arrived about a minute and a bit early. That's fabulous. Oh dear, what's people saying on the chat? You like the ISM and the Verm? Yes. Signalling over cycle. What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong, Jan? Is it me who did wrong, or is it someone else who did wrong? I'm paranoid now. The only thing I don't like is when you turn off dynamic lights and you can't see a thing on the nighttime routes. Well, kind of that's because you've switched the lights off. It's sadly. Hey there, John. Good to see you this evening. YouTube channel is, I've actually got a custom URL, I should upload that thing on the top. If you go to youtube.com/c/Matt Peddleston, that's my new short URL. Or you can presumably get to it via the old one, which is youtube.com/user/UKDCC rail, which is up here on the top of the screen. I'm going to point that way. There you go, up that way. A little bit of 47 action coming in here. Can I go now, please? I am driving a Class 101 Regional Rail livery, and we're on the Liverpool to Manchester route. Woohoo, I got the score. Next stop is Birchwood in 12 miles, due in at 11:25, ETA is 11:27. This is something we need to fix. Got a 25 limit coming up, which you need to be a little bit cautious of. And then we'll be back up to a 30 limit. This is only, I think, while we're coming out of Manchester, and then things hopefully will speed up somewhat. Hey there, ACML123 and Alex Cake, welcome again. So the other thing to note, which I've just been reminded as I use the thing, is that this vehicle's got he says, just realising the speed was speeding up too much. This vehicle has manually lapped brakes, which means you apply and then you hold. Otherwise you keep applying until you get emergency stop, much like you would on a steam engine. So it's slightly different to your normal self-lapping brakes on diesel, most diesel and diesel multiple units. Why not? Of course, G7 hauling 101 slave couple, wouldn't they? Failed unit, let's call it. Let's call it. I know, I left the button off too early. My wife just left the channel. That's solidarity for you, isn't it? I think I'm going to have to try and nail the speed a bit here, otherwise I'm not going to be able to make this timing, because we're already showing 2 minutes late, which is basically saying no score. Riku, good to see you on the channel. Thanks for joining us this evening. Yeah, I'm really proud of our We Are Rail Fans trailers. I think that Doug McConkie, the guy who writes the text for those, does an absolutely amazing job doing that and arranging all of the imagery that goes with it. Very good videos. And I'm more than one person who has been quite emotional watching those, sort of finally seeing what it is to be a rail fan expressed in a format that they can show other people and have it make sense. Going down a hill here, so we keep braking the speed limit. That's my excuse. .85 speed limit, got 11 miles, now we need to get our booty moving. Oh, we're dropped 10 seconds. So now we're only 110 seconds behind the schedule. Yay! So we're heading westbound, Manchester, where we started a little while ago. We're heading to Liverpool, or Lime Street. Is Mr. Jackson ever going to guest star on the stream? I have no idea. I cannot predict the future. There are no plans for it at this particular moment in time that I can report, however. The BR250 also have an interesting braking system, and hydraulic brakes are activated at the same time as the train brakes. Yeah, I know there are a number of trains that do that, as we found, so that's interesting. Punch cheese. Are you a Minecraft fan by any chance, Delano? Hey, the timing is coming down. We're down at an ETA of 11:27:01, so we've gained a fair bit of time back now. Hey there, Daily Rail. Good to see you on the channel. Thanks for joining us again. That's better. Time is starting to drop down now. It's moving in our direction faster than the ETA is, or the distance remaining is moving. So there is a slim chance that we're going to actually make it. Oh, I've just seen on the chat window what that sponge tree stuff is actually Minecraft stuff. See, I know my stuff. I'm around my kids, I know my stuff. I'm going to stop trying to be cool now. I'm just not sure I'd want to be on a Class 101 doing this kind of speed. I mean, go out, rattle and shake your brains out. It was said by many a rider that these things had square wheels, and having ridden on many, I probably would agree. ETA is now down to 11:26 and 12 seconds, so we're actually under the 1 minute now, which means we're with a chance of some score. Excellent. Weren't 101s limited to 70 miles per hour? Well, I'm only getting 72, so let's not be too picky there, Mr. Robert. Still, would it be safe to drive 70? And yeah, this is what I'm questioning. I'm not sure I'd enjoy being in it at 70. I'm just not. Nice freight on this route. This is all probably container traffic coming out of the yard just by Trafford Park, where the football ground is. Which I imagine we'll be going past very shortly, actually. We're going up a hill, so of course we're losing speed. That's just how gutless these things are. Not so much praying, just holding on tight and coming with extra padding on the bottom. Actually, they had the really springy soft seats that the older BR stuff had, which is actually surprisingly comfortable and bouncy. So it kind of absorbed a lot of it. Not exactly your plastic airline seating that we get these days. Our ETA is now 11:25:33, which puts us only a few seconds late, which is oh, we're getting an alarm signal. That's probably a fixed AWS warning. Okay, let's keep an eye on the signals up ahead. Some funky's going on here. Well, that signal says it's green, so there must be some reason that went off, surely. We're now going to be early according to the ETA, which is always good. 4 miles to go. I've already passed traffic park, haven't I? Okay. Shows you what I know. Warning for going left. But I'm not going left. The yellow sign was a warning for going left. Oh, unless the warning is just there if you are going left, then I just happen to not be going left. That's possible, I guess. Would they not have linked the AWS to only trip if the signal, if the point was set to turn, you know? Oh, I don't know. It doesn't matter. With FX16 coming out, are you going to stream it, man? You know, I probably am. I'm probably going to do some fishing as well. Can anyone explain what that bell sound is? You mean the short ringing sound that happens every now and again? If so, that's a thing called AWS, Advanced Warning System. And yeah, basically it's there to either ring off a bell to tell me it's always good, or it sends off a buzzer, and if I don't acknowledge that buzzer, it puts the brakes on if the next signal is not green. Basically it's a, are you watching, are you paying attention, and if not, I'm going to put the brakes on, because the next signal is an amber, and we're all going to stop the train before you crash it. So all you have to do is, whenever you hear the bell, you can kind of ignore it, it's just there to say all is good. And if you hear the buzzer, you need to acknowledge it with a Q key, or the A button on the Xbox controller, and then you need to watch out for upcoming signals, junctions, speed restrictions, whatever it is that is telling you, which your route learning would have told you, or practice and previous times that you crashed and derailed and learned when you went back. Birchwood, platform 2 is coming up in 1.4 miles, and we're currently about a minute ahead of schedule now, which is a bit good. So I shall get ready to slow down in a moment. Got a 158 heading in the other direction. I've got probably a slightly more comfortable ride than what we've got. Cut the throttle and get ready to put some brakes on in a moment. So again, just like steam, it's just apply to put more pressure on the brakes and then hold to maintain that pressure. Hey Alex, yes, I am going to be streaming some Game of Gnomes this evening. I think it's a must-have, to be honest. If only so I can show off the bits I was involved in. Gear back into gear 1, ready for departure time. We're a little bit early again, so we just need to, we'll be here for an extra minute or so. Hey there Doug, welcome back this evening. Now then, now then, now then! So we're running Liverpool to Manchester. We're in a Class 101, which is the most exciting thing on British Rail's network at the time. I might be joking. And we are going from Liverpool to Manchester itself, so we're actually going the way that the rain fits with the name of the route. We're currently at Birchwood, about 12 miles from the start, heading westbound, and this is an express run, so we're not stopping at every station. Quite who thought of an express run with a Class 101 is, I'm sure they happened in real life. It still scares me doing 70 miles an hour in one of these things. Hey there, speedy little guy. Welcome back to the forum. Forum? See, now I'm talking rubbish. Welcome back to the channel this evening. Good to have you. And away we go. Winding it up the gears again, same as we did before. What you find is if you put the gears up too early, then it's just like on a real car. I mean, you won't stall this model, but you will find that it accelerates very slowly. Winter's coming, so I thought, you know, snow. Make you all feel like you'll appreciate the fact that it isn't snowing out in the real world all that much more if I make you feel cold watching this stream. Isn't that right? Come on. So we're due in at 11:30:25. It's our ETA is currently 11:30:41. So, come on. Slow old thing. Get out and push, make it faster. Yeah, that's it. We're in top gear now. Right, so we're speeding up. We have only 2.6 miles to Warrington Central. Warrington Central is about halfway. If you imagine the route as basically being a straight line from right to left with a bit of curly bits either side. Warrington sort of north-south in the middle, and is where the West Coast main line passes through. Of course a train like this can reach 70. It was the olden days, but it wasn't that olden days. It's like we're saying when my kids say to me, they express surprise when I say that I had CDs when I was a boy. Crikey, I'm not that old. 1.7 miles to Warrington. It's just appeared on the HUD. So we'll let it build up a bit of speed, try and gather some of that time back. Ooh, 65, we're doing 67, let's fix that. Fixed. Still not gaining any time back there. Come on train, speed up. That's it, time is coming back off now. About to go into the 75, we'll give it a little bit of a boost into the 75 on a train. I said boost. Get ready to slow down again in a minute. That's it, so time's peeling away, we're almost officially going to be on time. Another AWS alarm going off. This looks like it's for a speed restriction, probably the alarm for 40. There it is. The warning for 40 drop, and now I can start slowing down. As before, remember this is a manually lapped brake, so you just have to drop the brake pressure to where you want it to be, and then kind of leave it there in the hold position. If you keep it on the apply, it just applies more and more and more and more brakes until eventually you're on emergency brakes. Coming into Warrington Central, platform 2. probably a bit hotter than I would have liked, if I'm honest, but looks like all is going to come good. And we're going to arrive almost exactly on the button on time. See, there you go. Oh, 1 second late. Here, back down to 1. Okay, so it looks like our next stops are Liverpool South Parkway, which is essentially where the route turns northwest. There we go, time to get going. Let me do that, and I'll carry on wobbling. I know, 1 second late, there will indeed be an uproar. That's terrible behaviour. Let's get going. Due in at 11:48. Apparently we're already going to be 27 seconds late, and we haven't started moving yet. Speed up. Just coming into a 50 speed limit. We're currently in a 40 speed limit. I hadn't spotted that before. That's worth knowing. Our ETA is actually 3 seconds late, which is also good. So we'll get the permission to go up another 10 miles an hour in a moment. And there we go, we're up to 50 and we're accelerating again. Apparently I've lost the ability to speak this evening. So we're past the West Coast Main Line, we're continuing on our journey westbound. And I need to change gear, I'm not watching what I'm doing. There we go, accelerating again, get the 85 miles per hour speed limit section shortly, probably shortly after we get around this tight corner. Hey there, host bike Mike, good to have you on the channel again. Just ease up on the throttle. Try and avoid breaking too many speed limits today. We're in the 85, just get going. Our ETA is now 2 seconds late, and we have 11 miles to fix that. I think we might be able to achieve that. Daily Rail apparently knows this route like the back of his hand, which is excellent. This isn't a route, I must admit, I played very much. It's one of the reasons I wanted to give it another run tonight. It's a really good commuter line, lots of start-stop traffic along the way, and it's also good to do something in the northwest. We don't really do a lot in the northwest, so it's nice to have lines in a different area. Stevens Pass with an F45 actually sounds like a reasonable plan there, Speedy. I haven't done Stevens Pass at all so far. I haven't done an F45 so far at all. So yeah, I'll add that one to the list for this evening, I think. My wife was saying I need to get pen and paper so that I can start writing down all of the requests. Because I was complaining the other night that I couldn't remember anything that anyone had asked for. Yeah, I hope that explanation was okay, Joint, and actually made sense. It's one of the two main safety systems in the UK. TPWS is the other one, which is the little grids that are in the middle of the track. I say two main, there are other systems as well, but those are the ones you'll find quite frequently. Fire bell, yeah, that would be interesting. I think if there was a passenger smoking in the toilet on a Class 101, the Class 101 would just erupt into a ball of flame. We are now going to be officially early according to the ETA, which is where we want to be. Let's go and check out the train outside. We've got plenty of time, no speed limits or signals to worry about. There you go, there's the train outside. I'm not going to lie to you, there just isn't much drama in seeing a 101 go past. There really isn't much I can do to make this shot more interesting. It's pretty basic stuff. There you go folks, that was a 101. I hope you could stand the excitement. Pen and paper is a bit old school actually. I've got a phone tablet thing that I can write on. I should probably use that. London Underground, welcome to the channel, and Ademia. Night there, Robert. Thanks for joining us. Am I actually in a cab with my face cam? It is a green screen. I am in my garage, but I put a green screen up, and what you can see is the cab from a Class 319, which I took a screenshot of the other day and threw up behind me, and well, that didn't come out right. Bad choice of words, Matt, bad choice of words. Placed on the plank of wood behind me. What level of detail do I have the game on? That's a good question. It's pretty high. I can't remember if it's highest or whether it's highest with a couple of things notched down, but yeah, it is pretty much high. The only thing I've turned off is the new clouds. Or have I? No, I don't think I have turned off the new clouds. I can't remember. Pretty high is the short answer for that. It's probably something else I should put on the about on the profile page. Actually, I'll put the spec of the machine and the broadband speed and all sorts of other useful facts and statistics. Actually noting what settings I'm using in the game would probably be another good thing to add, so I will do that. We're just about managing to hold 1 second ahead of schedule at the moment, so this is obviously a tight bit of the train network. Netris and Sir Carlos, welcome to the channel this evening. Thank you for joining us. We're at 20 concurrent users, or 21 concurrent users now. Press the wrong buttons again. So, can we break the number of concurrent user record, which I think stands at 22? 2 more people, folks. 2 more people. Actually, that would match the record, of course. We would need more than 2 people. See, my maths is fantastic. So I've just enabled Shift Z, and it's saying 26, 27, sort of in that area. Every now and again it pops up to 30, and sometimes it drops down to 15. But most of the time it's sitting here saying 30. Yeah, yes. It's back up to about 32, 33 in fact at the moment. In my rampant pressing of all the buttons, I appear to have switched things. Ah, Shift Z has turned the engine off. How did that happen? I shall have to check that out and see if that's a wee baguette. But we're holding time. We're still due in 1 second early, so I'm not going to complain too loudly. Not a problem at all, Ademio. If you have any questions or if there's anything you want to see, just shout, and I will do my best to see what I can do. Time to ramp up some technology here and make some notes. AWS warning, this signal certainly looks okay. I'm not quite sure what that was, maybe it was another left turn indicator. Yep, closing in on 100 YouTubes now, pretty quick. Can I do the London network? I don't know if we'll be able to do it next, we've got a list of things to work through tonight, but let's see how we get on. I'll certainly make a note of it and it will definitely feature. I've done one other video with the South London network already, if you want to go and look up the YouTube channel. I will certainly make a note to do another one. Coolty and the Muffin Man, good to see you on the channel, thanks for joining us. 21 concurrent users. So we need people to not leave while other people are joining. Maybe I should make this more interesting somehow. Yo, flash, single yellow flashing, so we're getting diverted, so cut the throttle, get some brakes on and deal with it. We've also got a 30 limit coming up that we probably need to get slowed down for as well. So there's our next signal, which is showing yellow with a feather. Everyone likes a feather on their signals. The feather is the little row of white lights above it, which indicates that we're going to be changing line. You can't really see it at the moment, but you will. What happens is it's just a situation called approach control. So you get the flashing yellow lights, which tell you need to start slowing down. Come on. There you go. That's the other AWS alarm. That's the one that tells you that you actually have to react to. There's the feather indicator up here that tells us that we're going to be changing lines. So 11:47:59. I wonder if that means we're going to get held up. That's why it's not changing, even though I'm going really slowly. What does it mean when the signal light flashes? So yes, that's what I was just trying to explain very poorly. That means it's called approach control. And it means that I'm being slowed down by the signalling system, but at the end of it I am going to get a feather indicator. In theory what would happen is the signal would actually go green. I need to slow down some more. I'm going to do score here. Grumpy. Stop taking my score away. 72 points. 72 points! Anyway, this is actually the sort of the westerly part of that main trunk of the line. And now what happens is we turn north-northwest. Actually, we've got a red light there. Even more serious problem. Stop, 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 stop. Train, stop. Too much guessing, not enough watching what I'm doing. Did you know the flashing lights only happen on the approach to a junction? If it's set of points into a loop, it will be a steady light. Ah. That's good to know. Right, now back to making notes before I forget. So South London network. F45 on Stevens. trying to keep an eye on this light so that we can work out when we can get permission to go. I did wonder, given that the ETA wasn't changing, whether we were actually getting locked by a going to get locked by a signal or something. Welcome back, Speedy little guy. Noons, that was the other request. I'm not going to run all of it, just going to run one scenario because they're only little scenarios. If I run all of it, then well, it'll spoil the surprise. So I shall run one of the scenarios, possibly the first one, which is just a little 5-minute intro, and then you can all rush out and buy it because it's $2.99, and it's a steal, frankly, at that price. Better tab for amber signal. Well, I hope I don't have to tab. Let's try it though. That said denied. I would hope not to have to tab without it actually telling me that I have to tab. Let's go and fly up the roof and see what's going on, shall we? So there's this train here which looks like it's got well, all I can say is that is just a train there. It's not actually in my way. I've got all of the blue line indicates I've got the junctions. See, I suspect he's going to actually get the line in front of me. In fact, here he goes. See, we've arrived quite early, and this is why we're getting held up. We should actually get our light in a moment. There's that other train just coming away in front of us. Once it's cleared the section in our way, we've got a green. We've actually got a 20 speed limit coming up, so we'll heed that, I think, as we cross over all these junctions. Coming into Liverpool South Parkway Station, we're due to be. We've already lost 11 seconds. Isn't that good? I think it's not quite right because here we are, so it can't take us that long to get parked up. Right, that's us parked up. Yes, Netris, as everyone said, this is the gearbox. This is a manually geared loco. It's a bit old school, this one. It's a first generation British DMU. So manually lapped brakes, gearboxes, all that good stuff. A bit more fun to drive. Of course, the other things that was requested was the 87 on shaft, so I've made a note of that as well. Not going to get all this done tonight, even though it's a Friday and I don't have to get up in the morning. All trains have got gearboxes. Well, I say all trains, most trains have got gearboxes, at least the diesel ones have. See, that's gone from all to just one type of train in a split moment. That's really good, well thought out. But yeah, something like a diesel hydraulic has got an automatic gearbox, for example, where they've got two different things called fluid couplings or torque converters, and then gearboxes are used to link them together. So if you're ever on a diesel hydraulic multiple unit, what you'll actually hear is that it'll rev up, and then after it gets to sort of maybe 30-40 miles an hour, you'll hear the rev seem to disappear away. as if the train's not powering anymore, and yet you're still able to accelerate. And that's because it's the gearbox has switched it over to a different kind of thing, either from I think it's from a fluid coupling to a torque converter, or it could be the other way around. I can't remember. Go. Let's get sped up. So next stop is Liverpool Lime Street. So at this point we're heading north-northwest. We're on the link line up. This will take us to the northern line, which comes into Liverpool Lime Street. And as we approach it, what will happen is we'll take a sharp turn west, and then we'll go through the really well-known bit of Liverpool Lime Street, where you go under all the arches, which is actually really pretty. So while we're doing this, we've got a decent speed limit, and we're not stopping anywhere. So we're running Liverpool to Manchester. We're just coming into Liverpool in the next 10 minutes or so. Running a Class 101 DMU, first generation heritage unit, as I've just said. And if this is the first time you've joined us, then don't forget to hit the follow button if you know how to do that. Find us on Facebook, up there, and Twitter, and also on YouTube. On YouTube you'll find archives of all of our shows, and you can see what we've done, see what and look through things you might have missed, or what just want to see again, because it was that good. Just coming through Mossley Hill now. We are not stopping at Mossley Hill. That's a green signal. You have me scared though. Don't scare me like that. So things are going to get a bit crowded and a bit bunched up as we head to Liverpool Lime Street. You've got an awful lot of services on the northern network coming in. Here we go, we've got an amber signal coming up, so this is a double amber, which means we've got two clear sections ahead of us, and then at the end of the second clear section it's a red signal. So that means this is clear, that's a single amber, this is clear, this is a red currently. We've also got this 30 limit here. That's the other AWS alarm just warning us about that. So I need to start slowing down for this 30 probably in a couple of seconds. Thanks for the subscribe there, London Underground. Going to steal some of my score again, isn't it? Like a pro! Hey, welcome to the channel, AC6000. Now we just went through a single amber, which means our next signal in 0.43 we have to assume is a red until we see otherwise visually. So this is where we swing to the west, heading for Liverpool Lime Street, because of course trains like swinging for hay. Just slowing down gently. I don't want to slow down more than I have to, but we also have to be ready to stop. No, I can't make out from here. I think that's our red just on the left there. It'd be very easy to think that green was. It's definitely not a green then. But we've got plenty of time, so I can ease up. Okay, we've got double amber, so we're clear to get moving. Coming up on Edge Hill, which again we are not stopping at, but we do have to remember we just passed a double amber and we're in a 30 limit. Oops. Okay, so it hasn't gone green. Has it gone back to? Has it gone up to double amber? No. It looks distinctly single amber to me. Let's see. Yeah, single amber still. Yes, we have a red light in front of us. You can just see it in the distance here, so we slow down for that. I really like this approach into Liverpool Lime Street. It's quite unique. Also have to remember it's also quite downhill. So we're stopping now for this red light, presumably because it's getting a bit crowded in Lime Street. Hey Mitchell, you not watching the film? 23 people watching. We can do it, dudes. We can do it. Keep it going. Let's break more records. I'm going to try and break records by gaining score on every scenario. Here we go. Amber light. Will get us to this signal over here, 0.4 of a mile away. I don't know why the dispatcher's letting all of these guys in, making me wait. It's not on. So past a single amber, which gets us to this signal here. Have to remember we're in a 30 limit, and we're going to be actually going into a 15 once we pass the next signal. Well, don't get angry, Alex. Don't get angry with it. Do better. Look at all of my magical scores I've been getting lately. And the lesson I learned from that is I need to do better. So I just caught a glimpse of our light being red. Very nice. Change it. So we're being held up now at this light, along with the train to the right of us. But this light gets us into Liverpool Lime Street, so I imagine there is probably a platform indicator on this signal, which will tell us actually where we're going. It should come up with a 5. It's a 101 queue. That 101 over there is clagging a bit, isn't it? Welcome back, Sir Carlos. Number 5, we're clear to go. I'm cheating and starting in second gear. Naughty boy. Did you see the speed that 101 took off? My word. Need to be a little bit mindful of the 15 limit we've got coming up. We're currently coming in 25 seconds late, but we're not going to really have much opportunity to rectify that, given the speed limits we're going through now. Hi Alex, no, I have not animated the cab on the window. My computer is struggling enough to get a reasonable frame rate. If I start making it run movies and the green screen session, then I could probably kiss goodbye to any hope with a decent frame rate. And it just doesn't feel like it's important enough to do that. So we're coming in, currently aiming to be 27 seconds late, which I can live with. And I'm going faster than that other train on the right, so in our little slow way of having a race, I win. There you go. I win. Well done, Daily Rail. Which magazine was it, that is? It isn't a perfect stopping place, but it's a stopping place. So we've got 724. What are we going to get? Can we get the magic 900? That's what we need to do. Oh dear, what's the shortcut to check the FPS? Shift Z is how you check your FPS. Press Shift Z. Just be mindful, I don't know whether I pressed it wrong, but in my case the engine seemed to turn off, so be careful and check it and return it back on again if it does. It's the Z key on its own. 891, folks. We didn't get the gold medal. Never mind. You've successfully arrived on time at Liverpool Stone Street and given plenty of time for the next driver to take over from me today. Great. Right, let's go find some gnomes. $21,408 XP, 2 achievements, and we got 891, which certainly on my friend list puts me second.